His location showed he was at home, but he was standing right in front of me at a restaurant with her, so I walked up to their table, sat down, and ordered the most expensive thing on the menu before revealing a secret to the both of them. My name is Candace, Candace Porter, 35 years old, and that night at Romano's changed everything I thought I knew about my life, my marriage, and myself. But let me start from the beginning, because this story has layers, twists you won't see coming, and an ending that's more mysterious. I met Julian Porter 8 years ago at a charity gala. I was there representing my marketing firm. He was there with his tech startup friends, looking sharp in a tailored suit. "You're staring," he said, walking up to me at the bar. "I'm observing," I corrected. "There's a difference." He laughed. "And what have you observed?" "That you're confident, successful, and probably used to women staring at you." "Guilty, but I'm more interested in why you're here alone." "I'm not alone, I'm networking. Alone is a choice, lonely is a feeling." Damn, that's deep. We talked all night about business, about life, about our dreams and fears. He was different from other men I'd dated, more mature, more driven, more everything. Julian owned a software company, building apps for businesses, making good money, 6 figures, growing fast. I was a senior marketing director, worked my way up from intern, made my own money, had my own success. We were equals, or so I thought. 6 months after we met, we moved in together. A year after that, he proposed. We got married at a beautiful venue outside the city. 200 guests. Perfect day. Perfect moment. For 5 years, we built a life together. Bought a house in a nice neighborhood. 3 bedrooms, big backyard, 2-car garage. The American dream. We both worked hard, long hours, ambitious careers, but we always made time for each other. Date nights, vacations, keeping the spark alive, or at least I thought we were keeping the spark alive. About a year ago, things started feeling different. Small things at first. Julian would come home later than usual. Say he was working on a new project. Big client, important deadline. I understood. I worked late sometimes, too. That's what successful people do. We grind, we hustle, we sacrifice time for success. But then the small things became bigger things. He'd take calls in another room, close the door, speak quietly. "Work stuff," he'd say when I asked. "Nothing interesting." He started traveling more. Weekend trips to meet with investors, week-long conferences in other cities. "I wish you could come with me," he'd say. "But these are work trips, all business. You'd be bored." His phone was always face down, always on silent, always locked with a password I didn't know. "Everyone deserves privacy," he said when I mentioned it once. He wasn't wrong, but something felt off. Our intimacy faded. He was always tired, always stressed, always not in the mood. My friends started noticing. "Girl, when's the last time y'all went on a real date?" My best friend Monica asked during brunch one Sunday. I thought about it. "Maybe 3 months ago." "3 months, and you're not worried?" "He's just busy with work. I'm busy too. It's normal for married couples." Monica gave me that look. The one that says, "Girl, you know better." But I ignored it, made excuses, convinced myself everything was fine, except it wasn't fine. And deep down, I knew it. 6 months ago, something happened that changed everything. Julian came home from one of his work trips, said he'd been in Miami for a tech conference. "How was it?" I asked, unpacking his suitcase while he showered. "Long, exhausting, glad to be home." As I pulled out his clothes, something fell out of his jacket pocket. A receipt. I picked it up, read it. Rosa's Restaurant, Miami Beach. Date, 3 days ago. 2 entrees, 2 drinks, 1 dessert. Total, 187. A romantic dinner for 2. My heart started racing. Maybe it was a business dinner with a client, but then I saw the bottom of the receipt. Written in pen, "Thank you for a beautiful evening. R.R. Who's R?" I put the receipt back in his jacket. Didn't say anything, but my mind wouldn't stop. That's when I made a decision. A decision that some people would call crazy, that some would call smart. I decided to track him. I went online, researched, found an app that lets you track someone's phone location if you have access to their device just once. One night, while Julian was sleeping, I took his phone, used his thumb to unlock it, downloaded the tracking app, set it up, put the phone back. He never noticed. The next morning, I tested it, checked where he was. The app showed his location at his office. I called his office just to confirm. "Hi, this is Candace. Is Julian available?" "Oh, hi, Mrs. Porter. Yeah, he's in his office. Want me to transfer you?" "No, that's okay. Just wanted to make sure he made it in." "Thank you." The app was accurate. It worked. From that day on, I tracked him, not constantly, just occasionally. Random checks, making sure his location matched what he told me. For weeks, everything checked out. Office, gym, coffee shop, home, all normal. I started feeling guilty. Maybe I was being paranoid. Maybe I was invading his privacy for no reason. But then, 2 months ago, something changed. It was a Friday night. Julian said he had to work late. "Big presentation Monday. Need to prepare. Might be at the office until midnight." "Okay. Want me to bring you dinner?" "No, I'll order something. Don't wait up." He left around 6 p.m. I checked the app around 8 p.m. His location showed home. I was confused. He wasn't home. I was home, alone. I refreshed the app, still showing our house address. Was the app broken? Glitching? I checked again at 9 p.m., still showing home. At 10 p.m., I called him. "Hey, babe," he answered. I could hear noise in the background, voices, music. "Hey, just checking on you. How's the presentation prep going?" "Good, almost done. Probably another hour or so." "Okay, I'll see you when you get home." "Love you. Love you too." I hung up, checked the app again, still showing home, but he wasn't at the office. The background noise wasn't office noise. It was restaurant noise. He was lying, and somehow his phone was showing a fake location. I did more research, learned that you can fake your GPS location with certain apps, make it look like you're somewhere you're not. Julian was tech savvy. He could definitely do that, which meant he knew someone might be tracking him, which meant he was hiding something big enough to go through that effort. I needed proof, real proof, not just app locations and suspicions. So I started watching him more carefully, checking his patterns, finding inconsistencies. Over the next month, I noticed a pattern. Every Friday night, he'd say he was working late. Every Friday night, his location would show home. Every Friday night, he'd come back smelling like perfume and expensive food. Something was happening on Fridays. Something regular, something planned. I decided to follow him. This brings us to 3 weeks ago, the night that changed everything. It was Friday. Like clockwork, Julian said he had to work late. "Same project?" I asked. "Yeah, this client is so demanding, but once we close this deal, things will calm down." "Okay, be safe." He left at 6 p.m. I waited 15 minutes. Then I got ready, put on nice clothes, did my makeup, fixed my hair. If I was going to catch my husband, I was going to look good doing it. I got in my car, drove toward his office downtown. But I didn't go to his office. Instead, I parked across the street, where I could see the entrance. At 6:45 p.m., Julian walked out of the building, got in his car, drove away. I followed, keeping distance, being careful. He didn't go home, didn't go to a gym, didn't go to a client meeting. He drove to the nice part of town, the waterfront area, with expensive restaurants and romantic views. He pulled up to Romano's, a fancy Italian restaurant, the kind of place you take someone special. He parked, got out, straightened his tie, walked inside. I waited 5 minutes. Then I checked the tracking app. His location showed home, our house, 15 miles away, but he was definitely inside that restaurant. I took a screenshot, evidence. Then I got out of my car, walked toward Romano's. My heart was pounding. My hands were shaking. This was it, the moment of truth. I walked into Romano's. The hostess smiled at me. "Welcome. Do you have a reservation?" "I'm meeting someone," I said. "Let me just look for them." I walked past her, scanning the restaurant, looking for Julian, found him. Corner table, romantic lighting, candles, wine, and sitting across from him was a woman, beautiful, younger than me, maybe late 20s, dark hair, designer dress, laughing at something he said. My stomach dropped, but I didn't run, didn't cry, didn't leave. Instead, I walked straight to their table. Julian saw me first. His face went white, completely white, like he'd seen a ghost. "Candace?" His voice cracked. The woman looked at me, confused. "Who's this?" I pulled out a chair, sat down at their table, smiled. "I'm Candace, Julian's wife." The woman's jaw dropped. "Wife? You said you were divorced." "Did he now?" I looked at Julian. "That's interesting, because we're definitely still married. Celebrated our 5th anniversary 6 months ago. Remember, honey?" Julian couldn't speak, just sat there, frozen. I picked up the menu. "This place looks amazing. I've always wanted to try it. Julian, you should have brought me here." "Candace, this isn't what? Isn't what it looks like." I laughed, because it looks like my husband is on a date with another woman at a fancy restaurant on a Friday night while telling me he's working late. The woman was staring at him. "Julian, is this true?" "I can explain." "Oh, I'd love to hear this explanation," I said. "But first, let me introduce myself properly." I looked at the woman. "I'm Candace Porter, Julian's wife. We've been together for 8 years, married for 5, live in a beautiful house in Riverside. What's your name?" She looked shaken. Vanessa Martinez." "Nice to meet you, Vanessa. How long have you and my husband been seeing each other?" 6 months, she whispered, but he told me he was divorced, that his ex-wife was crazy, that the divorce was finalized last year. Interesting, because I was definitely at his office Christmas party 4 months ago. As his wife, met all his co-workers, his boss. Everyone knows me. Vanessa looked at Julian with disgust. "You lied to me about everything?" "I was going to tell you." "When?" she snapped. "After you married me too? Were you planning to have 2 wives?" A waiter appeared, looking uncomfortable. Can I get you anything?" "Yes," I said calmly. "I'll have the lobster and the most expensive bottle of wine you have. Put it on his tab." Julian looked panicked. "Candace? What? You brought me here, didn't you?" "Well, technically, I brought myself, but I'm here now, and I'm hungry." Vanessa stood up. "I'm leaving. I don't do drama." "Wait," I said. "Before you go, you should know something. This isn't his first time lying. It's a pattern." "What do you mean?" I pulled out my phone, opened the tracking app, showed her the screen. "See this? This is Julian's location, right now. According to this app, he's at home, at our house. But he's clearly here, because he's faking his GPS location." Julian's face went from white to red. "You've been tracking me?" "For 6 months, ever since I found that receipt from Miami, from Rosa's restaurant, the one where someone named R thanked you for a beautiful evening." Vanessa gasped. "That was me. I was in Miami for work. He said he had a conference. We spent the whole weekend together." While telling me he was at a tech conference. Interesting. I looked at Julian. "How many women are there? Is it just Vanessa? Or are there others?" He didn't answer. The app shows you've been faking your location every Friday for the past 2 months, which means this isn't just about Vanessa. You've been planning this, hiding this, probably hiding other things too. Vanessa sat back down. Who else? I don't know, I said, but I'm gonna find out. I looked at Julian. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna sit here and you're gonna tell us everything. Every woman, every lie, every secret, all of it. And if I don't, then I'm calling your boss, your investors, your mother, and I'm sending them all the evidence I have, the tracking data, the receipts, the screenshots, everything. Your reputation will be destroyed by Monday morning. He looked trapped, defeated. There's one more, he finally said. Her name is Tasha. We've been seeing each other for 3 months. Vanessa looked like she might throw up. 3 of us? You were dating 3 women? I wasn't dating. Then what were you doing? I asked. Please, explain. Julian took a deep breath, looked around, lowered his voice. Okay, I'll tell you the truth, but you're not going to like it. I already don't like it, Vanessa said. Just talk. I wasn't cheating because I'm a cheater. I was cheating because it's part of my business plan. Silence. Complete silence. What? I said. My company, it's not doing well. We're about to go under. Investors pulled out 6 months ago. We're hemorrhaging money. I was desperate. What does that have to do with dating multiple women? Vanessa asked. Julian looked ashamed. All 3 of you work in industries I need. Candace, you're in marketing. Vanessa, you're in finance. Tasha works in tech development. I've been using my relationships with you to get insider information, business strategies, client contacts, trade secrets. My blood ran cold. You've been using me? I needed help. The company was failing. I couldn't tell you because you'd leave me. So I found other ways to get what I needed. By manipulating women who trusted you, Vanessa said. By pretending to love us. I do care about you. Don't, I interrupted. Don't say you care. People who care don't use people. Don't lie to people. Don't manipulate people for business gain. So everything was fake? Vanessa asked. Every date? Every conversation? Every moment? Not everything, Julian said. But yeah, most of it. I felt sick, not just because he cheated, but because he'd been using me, using my expertise, my contacts, my knowledge, for months. Did you ever love me? I asked. Was any of our marriage real? At first, yes, but then the business started failing, and I got desperate, and I did what I had to do to survive. You did what you wanted to do, Vanessa corrected. You chose this, all of it. The waiter brought my lobster and the wine, expensive wine, $400 a bottle. Enjoy, he said nervously, walking away. I poured myself a glass, took a sip. It was delicious. This is really good wine, I said. Thanks for the meal, Julian. Candace, what are you doing? Having dinner, like you planned, just not with the woman you planned. I looked at Vanessa. You should stay. Order something. On him. He owes us both that much. Vanessa smiled, a cold, calculating smile. You know what? You're right. She sat back down, flagged the waiter. I'll have the filet mignon and another bottle of that wine. Julian looked panicked. You can't just, oh, we can, I said, because here's what you don't know, Julian. I'm not just a wife you've been using. I'm a woman who's been preparing for this moment for months. What do you mean? I pulled out another phone, my second phone, the one he didn't know about. I've been recording everything, every conversation we've had for the past 6 months, every lie you've told, every manipulation, all of it. His face went white again. And I've been documenting everything else too. Your business dealings, your fake location data, your expenses, your tax fraud. Yes, Julian, I know about the tax fraud. What tax fraud? Vanessa asked. The money he's been hiding offshore, I said. The income he's not reporting. The shell companies. I'm a marketing director, but I minored in accounting. I know how to read financial statements, and I've been reading his for months. Julian stood up. You can't do this. You'll destroy everything. You already destroyed everything. I'm just making sure everyone knows it. I looked at Vanessa. And as for you, you should know that Julian doesn't just owe money to investors. He owes money to dangerous people, people who don't take kindly to not being paid back. Vanessa's eyes went wide. What kind of people? The kind you don't want to be associated with when things go south. She stood up fast. I'm done. I want nothing to do with this, with him, with any of this. She looked at me. Thank you for warning me, for exposing him. You saved me from making a huge mistake. We saved each other, I said. Now go. Get far away from him. Change your number. Block him everywhere. Protect yourself. She nodded, grabbed her purse, walked out. Julian tried to follow. Vanessa, wait. Sit down, I said firmly. We're not done. He sat, looking defeated, broken, scared. What do you want? He asked. I want a divorce, obviously, but more than that, I want justice. Justice? For all the women you've used, all the people you've lied to, all the damage you've caused. I'll lose everything. You already lost everything. You just don't know it yet. I pulled out a folder from my bag, handed it to him. These are divorce papers, signed by me, signed by my lawyer. You have 30 days to respond. I don't have money for a divorce. That's not my problem. You should have thought about that before you built your business on lies. What about the company? The company will fail, and you'll file for bankruptcy, and hopefully, you'll learn that you can't build success on manipulation. You're going to ruin me. No, you ruined yourself. I'm just making sure everyone else knows it. I stood up, left $500 on the table. That should cover my meal and Vanessa's, plus a generous tip for our waiter who had to witness this mess. I looked at Julian one last time. I hope you figure your life out, but I won't be there to see it. Goodbye, Julian. I walked out of that restaurant, head high, shoulders back, free. The divorce was finalized 3 months later. I got the house, the car, half of his remaining assets, which wasn't much, but it was something. Julian's company collapsed 2 weeks after our restaurant confrontation. Creditors came calling, investors sued, partners left. He had to file for bankruptcy, lost everything, moved back in with his mother. I heard he tried to reach out to Vanessa. She blocked him, then to Tasha. She did the same. He was alone, broke, ruined. Meanwhile, I was thriving. I threw myself into work, got promoted, started my own consulting firm, helping businesses with their marketing strategies. Within 6 months, I had 10 clients. Within a year, I had 20. I was making more money than I ever did working for someone else, building something real, something honest, something I was proud of. I started therapy, worked through the betrayal, the anger, the hurt, the manipulation, learned about narcissism, about gaslighting, about how some people use others without remorse. And I learned about myself, about my worth, about my strength, about my capacity to survive and thrive. I reconnected with old friends, made new ones, dated casually, nothing serious, just rediscovering who I was without Julian. Vanessa and I stayed in touch, met for coffee every few weeks, shared our healing journeys. I can't believe I fell for his lies, she said one afternoon. We both did, but we got out. That's what matters. Do you think he's learned anything? Probably not. People like Julian rarely change. They just find new victims. I hope he doesn't find anyone else to hurt. Me too. But if he does, karma will catch up with him eventually. We became real friends, not just united by betrayal, but by genuine care for each other. She met someone new, someone honest, someone who treated her right. I was happy for her. As for me, I met someone too. His name is Marcus. He's a lawyer. Met him through work. We started as colleagues, became friends, eventually started dating. He's different from Julian in every way. Open, honest, communicative, shows me who he is from day one. I'm not perfect, he told me on our first date. I've made mistakes, but I believe in honesty, in loyalty, in respect. That's all I ask for, I said. We've been together for 6 months now, taking it slow, building trust, no rushing. He knows my story, everything, the tracking, the restaurant, the divorce, all of it. You're brave, he said when I told him. What you did took real courage. I didn't feel brave. I felt broken. Brave people often do, but they do what needs to be done anyway. Last week I ran into Julian at a coffee shop downtown. He looked rough, thin, tired, worn down by life. Candace, he said when he saw me. Julian. Awkward silence. You look good, he finally said. I feel good. I'm glad, I mean that. How are you? Surviving? Barely. Started working as a freelance consultant. Trying to rebuild. That's good. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do I? After everything I did? I thought about it. I don't know. That's between you and whoever you wronged next. But I've forgiven you. He looked surprised. You have? Not for you, for me. Holding on to anger was killing me, so I let it go. But forgiving doesn't mean forgetting or trusting again. It just means I'm at peace. I'm sorry for everything. You deserve so much better. I did, and I found it, with myself first, then with others who actually deserve me. Are you seeing anyone? That's not your concern anymore. Right, of course. More silence. I hope you find what you're looking for, I said. I really do, but I hope you find it honestly this time. Me too. I walked away, didn't look back, didn't feel sad, didn't feel angry, just felt nothing. And that was exactly how it should be. It's been a year now since that night at Romano's, since the restaurant confrontation, since the tracking revelation, since everything changed. I'm 36 now, single, successful, happy. My consulting firm is thriving. I'm making great money, helping businesses grow, making a real impact. My relationship with Marcus is growing, deepening. We're talking about moving in together next year, maybe engagement after that. But I'm not rushing, not anymore. I've learned that good things take time, that trust is built slowly, that love should be easy, not complicated. I'm in the best shape of my life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I'm surrounded by people who love me for me, not for what I can give them, not for what I know, not for what I can do for them, just for me. People ask me all the time, do you regret tracking Julian? Do you regret confronting him at the restaurant? Do you regret making a scene? My answer is always the same. Absolutely not, because that night gave me clarity, gave me truth, gave me my power back. I could have ignored the signs, could have stayed in denial, could have let him keep manipulating me, but I chose to know, chose to act, chose myself, and that choice changed everything. So, yeah, his location showed he was at home, but he was standing right in front of me at a restaurant with her. So I walked up to their table, sat down, and ordered the most expensive thing on the menu before revealing I'd been tracking him for months and knew everything, and it was the best decision I ever made because it ended a toxic marriage, exposed a manipulator. freed me and another woman from his lies, and it started my journey to real happiness, not the fake happiness built on lies and manipulation, but real happiness built on honesty, self-worth, authentic connections. That's what real queens do. We don't ignore red flags. We investigate. We trust our instincts. We protect ourselves. We don't accept betrayal quietly. We expose it. We confront it. We walk away from it. We don't wait for permission to choose ourselves. We just do it. And that's exactly what I did. I chose myself, my peace, my future, and I've never looked back. If this story resonated with you, comment below. Would you have tracked your partner? Would you have confronted them publicly? Remember, queens, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore red flags. Don't make excuses for bad behavior. Investigate, protect yourself. And when you discover the truth, act on it. Choose yourself, walk away, build something better. You deserve honesty, loyalty, respect, real love. Never settle for less. Keep your crown on. Stay vigilant, stay strong, stay free. Until next time.